Hey, this is Chris Guldi with the Guldi Group right here in Southern Maryland, and I wanted to talk to you today about should you be using a buyer's agent when you are buying new construction. Seems like they've got a pretty good system in there, right? And you're just going to be able to walk in, sign your contract, and 6 months later have a house. So why should you bring an agent? Well, the very first reason that you need to bring an agent is that this is still a real estate transaction. It's still a complicated transaction. There's still going to be a lot of numbers moving around both at the time you're negotiating and then again at closing. So how do I know what any of this stuff means? Because the attorney just tells you that's a dollar figure, that's a dollar figure, that's a dollar figure. They don't know if the dollar figure should be on your side or not, if there's been other conversations, an addendum that didn't get to them, things like that. So you definitely need the guidance of a buyer's agent to take you through that whole home buying process. Even if the builder's got a great system dialed in, even if you're using their lender, even if you're using their title company. Remember, in Maryland, that agent that you're talking to there is licensed, and they have a fiduciary responsibility to the builder. So their job is to make sure that the builder is in the best position possible, and you are not. The second thing is, as a buyer's agent, if you come and talk to us and do a consultation and you want to buy new construction, chances are we probably already know the community you want to be in, based upon you telling us what you're looking for in a house, what you're looking for in amenities. We're looking at new construction all day, every day. Builders are coming to us and marketing their properties because they know we have buyers. So if you think about it, the last statistics with NAR were 86% of home buyers started their search on the internet and 81% bought a home that their agent brought to them. So if we're doing that with the MLS, when you have access to basically the MLS everywhere now, what about builders communities where they're not great? They're not in the MLS. They're not great about marketing beyond sticking 1,000 signs out on Saturday and Sunday. How are you going to find a house there without an agent that's already been looking at it? One thing that's very important though, when you're going to use a buyer's agent for the builder, is we need to go with you the first time. At the very least, if there's something else going on, we need to make sure we call the builder beforehand and let them know that we represent you. There's, again, the builder agent represents the builder. So if you walk in there, you're a customer, not a client. So they're not going to disclose anything to you without you asking it. So you don't know what to ask. As an agent, we know what to ask. Personally, my experience has been if I've had a client that's had to go into a builder and maybe I already had an appointment, so they let the builder know and I reached out to the builder to let them know they were my client. When they showed up there, the builder did a presentation that included answering a lot of my questions that they wouldn't do if you'd shown up without saying you were with an agent. So you want to make sure you bring the agent to the first one. It changes the whole process. At the very least, let us call them and let them know that, hey, this is my client and I will be representing them and I will be making sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed and you're getting everything that they should. Another thing that we need to do for you as a buyer's agent is on new construction is we're going to decipher the contract. They're not using the standard state contract. They're not using the one when you go look online for a contract to buy real estate in Maryland. They've got their own contracts that have been written by their attorneys to protect them. So you need somebody to go through there and decipher it for you. In this market, the builders aren't going to be willing to wiggle a lot on the terms of their contract. In previous markets, we've been able to get builders to do anything that we wanted. But in this market, it's a seller's market. They've got a ton of people standing in line to buy their places. That's not going to happen. So I don't want you to think that we're going to come in here and renegotiate the terms of their contract. No, we're going to be able to come in and we're going to be able to make sure you understand them so you don't have any surprises later at the closing table or anything like that. Another thing that I've noticed before on builders is unreasonable schedules for payment. So you're going to give us a deposit of $10,000 today, $10,000 in a month, $10,000 when we start construction, $10,000 when we get a basement poured. All these things going on, and some of that's not reasonable. And so we can come in and work on that for you with the builder as well to make sure that it's a reasonable expectation of what they've got for money flow coming in. Another thing we can do as buyer's agents, we can fight delays. When they start coming up and talking about how we need another 3 months or 6 months or whatever the case may be, we can be the squeaky wheel. So, and we can do it friendly because they are agents just like us. So we can reach out, we can call, we can touch base, and sometimes we can get you moved to the head of the line. Sometimes we can at least get you on the same time schedule. Sometimes we can cut the delays back a little bit. Sometimes we can't do any of that, but at least we get the opportunity to fight on that. Another thing we can do as a buyer's agent is as we walk through the model home with you, we can help you separate fiction from reality. That model home is going to have every possible bump out, every possible upgrade, anything that the builder could possibly upsell you. And sometimes when you walk in there and think there's a great breakfast nook, there's not, because that's a $40,000 add-on. You like these kitchen cabinets? Maybe that's another $2,000 add-on to get the color done to them. I just painted them, by the way, so you can't do. But we can help you work that out as you go through the model home on what is going to be your house and what's going to cost you extra if you'd like it to be your house. And then the last thing is a buyer's agent on new construction that we do really well is we communicate. So just like we would communicate with you throughout the transaction, we're going to continue to do that while staying in touch with the builder's rep, maybe a construction superintendent, depending on the size of the builder. But we're going to stay involved throughout the entire process, and we're going to communicate back and forth to you. So those are the reasons why before you go in to look at a new home, you need to have an agent and bring the agent with you. So if you'd like to have a consult about buying a new home, give us a call, send me an email, whatever the case may do. We'll be happy to help you through the process of buying a new home. Thanks a lot for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.